Most couples think they'll notice when something's wrong in their relationship. But what we see over and over are couples who are doing everything right. They're working, they're showing up, they're being responsible, and somehow they're still drifting. There's no big fight, no crisis, just this quiet sense of something's missing. And if that's you, stay with us, because this pattern is more common than people think, and it's very fixable once you know what's actually happening underneath. If you've ever found yourself thinking, why do we keep having the same argument, or why does connection feel harder than it used to, you're not alone. Welcome to Marriage, Intimacy and Healing with Andrew and Lara.
We're a husband and wife team, blending science-based coaching and clinical nervous system insight to help couples understand what's really happening underneath conflict, distance, and emotional shutdown.
I'm Lara. I'm an ICF PCC certified coach and educator.
And I'm Andrew, a licensed physical therapist specializing in body, mind, heart integration with extensive experience helping high-performing individuals navigate stress, communication, and emotional regulation.
Together, we help you recognize the patterns that pull you apart and offer practical, grounded shifts that bring you back into connection. Let's dive into today's episode. This episode is a lot like what we've been going through, like over the last little chunk of time. And it's not just about couples in crisis. And you might be listening and in crisis, and this might be relevant to you as well. In fact, it probably is. But it's for the couple that says, we're good, everything's okay, nothing's really majorly wrong. But if you're really honest, something feels a bit flat. Something feels like you're just going through the motions of life and marriage.
It's when it's all function, right? When you come home and it's just about get the job done, get the next job done. We might talk, and all we talk about might be what the kids are doing or something. So there's a difference in depth.
I'll give you an example of what it might sound like in your home, because it often looks like something like, let's just call them Daniel and Jess. There is no Daniel and Jess. This is just an example. But hey, Daniel says, how was your day? Jess, good, busy. Daniel, yeah, same. And then that's kind of it. Like that was the connection for the day.
There's a lack of ease to dive deeper, or there's just things that might feel too hard to bring up, so we don't.
It's like where couples are just so busy. Life is so busy for so many people, particularly in the Western culture, where we just go, there's so much on, there's so many plates we're spinning. And I think that marriage just becomes functional rather than about connection. And so what we're seeing here is this, that couples becoming really good at doing life together, but slowly stopping being. It's the presence with each other.
There's more of a problem than you think. It's good. You're doing well if this is you, and you're getting things done, and that's great. And you're getting bills paid, and you're getting kids looked after, and you're being around each other and being together, but we're not going deep.
I think it feels like there's a hollowness that starts to happen in marriage when this happens. So from your perspective, like the body nervous system sort of thing, what do you think's actually going on? Is it that couples are still just in go mode all the time?
Yeah, I feel that they'd probably get used to that there's a lot to do, and to meet that need, you're just meeting demands, and so your body's just in a bit of a nervous system go all the time.
I feel like I'm guilty as charged here in that, yes, we connect though. We're really good with the emotional layer, but I still relate to this other piece that we're talking about, of that I do feel like I live in this go mode a lot, and part of that's the season that we're in. But I think the danger of what we're talking about is taking that. Yeah, life's busy. We can't take some of that away. Yeah, especially we got 2 children, and that's a very busy chapter. Like honestly, every day I'm driving them places, probably 2 hours of every day. And we're not even one of those families, let's just 2 children doing 2 activities each in the week. One's music, one's dance or baseball for my son. But like, it's just so much. And I can see how it can easily flip into function instead of connection. And it's that nervous system, constant go. But what's the danger of that? For people that aren't seeing the red light here, the red flag.
There's just a lack of connection, and there's elements of your day and her day and elements of your relationship and day to day that we're not getting to express to each other. And emotion that's not processed is held, and that can really affect your body, and that can affect everything, your relationship and all that. It's pretty individual, but it can feel like that there's just a barrier to get through, a tightness in the chest. That could be pain for people, that could be a whole load of things. But often you don't feel it as a drastic thing in your body. Some people who are very in tune with their body might go like, I've got some things to deal with because I can feel it's emotional. But for the rest of us who tend to just get on with life, we don't really feel all the things. And so that can just feel like it pushes you into more and more of this go, go, go. So,
and I feel like with emotion, like part of the problem is that people don't understand what emotion is for and how important it is. It kind of ends up being these big, like, I'm overwhelmed, which is an emotion, is not an emotion. Yeah. It's made up of emotion. Or I'm frustrated. Again, not an emotion, made up of emotion. Or I'm so stressed. And that's why our marriage isn't doing well. It's just the stress. Life's so stressful. But stress is made up of numerous emotions. It's not an emotion. So this is where I feel like we're dropping the ball. If this is you, like a high functioning, maybe real career driven, or even just really driven, like homeschool mums with or dads with lots on and lots of things that they're doing, I feel like we drop the ball because we don't recognize the need to connect emotionally, and that emotions are sending messages and that they're trying to keep us safe, and they're trying to make sure we get our needs met, but those needs go unmet. So what are those needs? What am I talking about with need around emotion?
It's what the emotion is there for. So it's the idea that, say, anger is there so that I would think about what needs to happen right now.
Power up for action, like that anger actually can send you somewhere.
I like it though, but because it isn't always clear, right? Or fear. Like if I've got a fear of something, my worry is this will happen, I'm not bound in that fear, but the fear is there because I don't want the bad thing to happen, so I want to steer and I want to take action to steer.
So your body's like sending you this message, but we're too busy to listen.
Yeah,
because we're in go mode.
Yeah, it's the dropping in, and that's the thing, that if we get go go go, and we might have jobs that we do have to be a little bit aware, or we get affected by things emotionally at work. So we feel we're not just disconnected, but it's the regular drop into what's happening with us now, or with my son and I now, and that drop in that can be hard when your nervous system's go, go, go. Right.
So if you're listening and this feels a bit like you, we've created a simple free connection tool that you can use in your week just to bring you back on course. It's called the BMH shift, the body, mind, heart shift. You do something to calm your body, your mind and your heart and reconnect in just a few minutes. It's really, really quick, and you can find it at andrewandlara.com. So instead of just giving you quick tips, what we want to do is actually move through a mindset shift and a behavior shift, like so that we're pattern interrupting this. If you're going, oh my goodness, this is me, but I never saw it happening. Let's start with the mindset shift, because most couples think, and this is where we're getting stuck with this one, we're just busy. But actually the shift into functioning instead of connecting is actually a problem that can be fixed. You just didn't know that it was a problem. A lot of people think marriage, this is just marriage. This is just where it heads, right? Yep. That marriage gets busy and we move into function, and that's how it is, right? That's a problem to think that way. So this is the mindset shift. How should we think instead?
We should think that every day we're building something wonderful.
Yeah.
We're building a garden together. That's what we've often said, right?
Yes.
It's something beautiful, but that goes through connecting, going deep.
Yes.
And that sort of thing. Otherwise, we would just build a structure, right?
It's a nice cold building that functions well but has no warmth, no decor, no, if you want to look at it. What really is going on here is, what do you want your home to be? Do you want it to be this kind of corporate office where everything functions and everything's in its place? A lot of women are like, yes, that's what I want. I want everything clean. But on top of that, you want the decor, you want the plants, you want the beauty, the art on the walls, and what that means for real life is you want the connection, you want the smile, you want the love, do you want the joy, you want the beauty within the building that is your marriage. And then after you've done that mindset shift, we're going to move into a language shift. And that is like most couples, they don't say anything because you don't recognize that this is what's happening. But it can sound really simple. Like if you're listening to this now and you're like, Marriage, Intimacy and Healing podcast, you're calling out our marriage right now. This is what you could say to each other. I don't feel like anything's wrong, but I feel like we've just been a bit off. Can we chat about that?
It doesn't have to be a big mountain.
Heavy conversation.
We've got to do the emotional talk, you know?
Oh, no.
then you put the apprehension around something that's very simple and can take 20 seconds to feel way more connected and know what another person's going through. So it's a simpler thing, but I think we make it harder.
An example that you might want to steal from us, which you're more than welcome to steal from us, we're giving it to you, is I might say to Andrew, we've been really busy lately. Like, what's happening for you with all of the busy? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then just let him answer it, because I feel a bit like we're a bit off.
That's good. That's a good way to say it, because you're letting me answer what I'll tell you honestly, my way of getting it done and my whole, emotional upbringing and the way of the mindset would be, I see the problem like this, we're not connecting, so this is the problem, let's fix the problem and whatnot. And I would tend to tell her this is what's going on, when that's not very good connecting, because I want to ask her, what's happening for you? And it could be completely different to what I think the kind of issue is and the barrier is. But in the process, then I say, oh, that's happening for her. Wow. Then I feel I know what's happening with her, and then I get the chance to say the same. This can take 30 seconds.
Yeah, but what will normally start is that the conversation, if you ask that, will start with logistical things.
Yeah.
So bear with the conversation for a minute, because it will start logistical. I am giving you a clue here. You're going to say to your spouse, we're feeling a bit off at the moment. What's happening for you? Then I say, I'm just really busy. I'm stressed. I'm overwhelmed. There's your keys. Your keys, those words are made up of emotion, not emotion. There's just so much on. I'm so busy. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Another key, another key word. So when that happens, what you want to do is get past the logistic discussion to, but what's happening for you underneath that overwhelm? What's happening for you underneath that stress? What's happening for you underneath that frustration? I'm feeling angry that there's so much on. I'm feeling fear that I'm feeling lonely, and that's when you start connecting. That's what connection is. The emotion that is sending the message that you're too busy to listen to. And that is the most beautiful part of marriage. When you start to lean in, you'll start to feel close again. So it's beautiful. And then we're going to move into the behavior shift. Because we're already sort of there already. So that was the language shift, but we're already kind of landing into behavior shift. And this is where a lot of your work comes in, actually. And it's those of us in go mode without the connection, because I'm in go mode a lot of the time, to be fair, and so are you. But we're still in connection mode within the go mode. But if you're in go without connection, what actually needs to change for connection to come back? Is it just as simple as slowing down together?
It can be. It's pretty individual. What is interesting is to clock your body, or just to check your body what's happening. So
a scan, maybe
a scan or whatever else. So if you feel the idea that I'm just go, I can't even connect to what's happening there. And often a reason something you say is, that's not important right now. And that shows you're in go mode when emotions aren't everything in my day. They're not the most important, but I need to know how to connect to them well. Those are people who can do better in every function of life. So it could be, I did it this morning, 20 push-ups. So I got body moving in action, because I could feel that there was just
something that needed to be released.
Lots of things, lots of overwhelmed by something, and it was just something about the garden. And I'm like, why is that overwhelming me? But do push-ups. And I did something physical in my body that shifted my state. So some people do rocking. They kind of do swaying and things like this. It's individual to you. And so if you need calming down, for some, they know exercise gets them a bit more in a relaxed state. That's great. And
do you know what we did this morning? True story. We had a hot tub this morning. We tried last night, but it was mosquito o'clock. That's what my dad calls it. It's like dusk, and we're in Georgia, and April to September. It's pretty much mosquito. Yeah, but we had a hot tub because we knew we just needed to just slow down.
A sign for me was that after the hot tub, I went into this nervous system lull.
We were both like, oh wow, I feel so.
But it was like an hour. I was like, I'm in this state, and it's like I needed this. I needed something.
But what's so funny is that I said, and you guys will probably understand this, if you're in this place and you're really task driven, like I am, and Andrew's an achiever too, is that I said, how far are we living from this baseline? How far have we gone to a constant place of cortisol and adrenaline and just constant go mode, to that we now feel so relaxed? Isn't this supposed to be our baseline? So how do we live in that baseline more, where we can connect and experience the beauty of life while still achieving all the things? Because I have no plan to stop achieving, but I need to be able to recalibrate and come back down to calm. Because connection, the body actually prioritizes survival when you're in that go mode. It prioritizes the things, but it doesn't prioritize connection. So you really do, like, as simple as breathing, right? For me, I'm often like, oh gosh, I just need to take a breath, or literally do something to calm your nervous system, like a hot bath, a hot shower. And instead of just doing it, like, I found myself sometimes in the shower, I'm like, I'm just doing this like another thing I've got to do, instead of letting that water, like being present, letting that water calm me down, taking some deep breaths. It's amazing. Calm instrumental music we did last night. We had some big feelings. One of my children were having big feelings, and I put on calm music. We just connected. We let the emotion release, and it was beautiful.
It's a shift. It can seem like it's more intense. Like I do this with patients who are overwhelmed, or they get to a state they're in pain, and my treatment might be a little sore, and that in that moment, and escalate some pain, and then there's a anxiety rise
or
up.
An emotional release.
So I'll go through very simply, like you're laying on the treatment bed. I want you just to feel the treatment bed. Take a low, deep breath, and we're all backing off. Just feel that on your skin. Feel what it feels like to lay on the bed, and it take your weight. So you might be standing on the ground and say, what does the ground feel like? And it's a silly question to ask, but if you open your receptors to feel, what does the ground feel like on my feet, you're just starting to connect to your body in this deeper way and switching off the go.
Yeah, from the go mode. That's so good. And so you guys know this, we're meant to basically stress less, but to do it, and when you recognize what it actually is doing to your marriage, that's the key.
I've got to say this, we do a lot. Lara's a huge achiever, and I am a little bit as well, but not the same wiring as her.
She gets a lot done though.
We will still achieve a lot, even though we can switch into this. But we're trying to get to the place that we're both passionately helping each other achieve the things we as a marriage and a family want to achieve. And I want someone on the journey with me. I want someone who's fighting for me, and when things are crazy, that they're rising up to help. And when things we can chill, and we should make more time to chill and to balance that out. And when she's got something she's rising for, that I can come alongside. So I think we can achieve those things still. And we're just making life a more connected place and a better place.
And we haven't failed if we're in this place. And you're going to probably flick in and out of being in this place of disconnection because of the go mode. But if you are finding, and you're listening, you're like, we've drifted into this pattern, it's probably because no one's taught you to notice that it is a pattern that you don't have to be in. That is the biggest emotional reset that I want to leave with you. So maybe ask yourself the question this week, maybe ask your spouse, where have we stopped noticing each other? And just let the silence sit. Where have we stopped noticing each other? And if that's painful for you, that's okay. The pain, the emotion of that is trying to tell you something so that you can get a need met. So don't be afraid of that emotion. Ask the emotion, what are you trying to help me get? And that is how you release the emotion. Emotion is motion. It's meant to move in and out of your body. Don't let it get stuck by not asking questions and being afraid of it. Thanks for joining us on Marriage, Intimacy and Healing, and share this with a friend that you know needs the extra marriage support. And if you don't know this about us, this is part of our not-for-profit work, Creative Restoration International. We would love for you to join us as a monthly supporter financially for what we do. If this work is meaningful to you, go to creativerestorationinternational.com where you can consider becoming a monthly supporter. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on today's Marriage, Intimacy and Healing. If this episode supported you, we'd love for you to download our free 3-minute BMH marriage reset at andrewandlaura.com. It's the quickest way to shift out of stress and back into connection. And for deeper support and to explore our resources and coaching, you can find everything at andrewandlaura.com.
Before you go, following the show or sharing this episode with another couple really helps more people find this kind of support. And we're so grateful when you do.
We're Andrew and Laura, and we'll see you next week.